Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Brora 30-year-old. Third release, Dustin. Let me see, what is this ABV? 56.6% ABV, one of 3,000 bottles, 1974 vintage, Diageo Special Release, either 2004 or 2005, I can't remember which one.
We just want to thank the whiskey gods for providing us with this whiskey.
Yeah. My boy Mike B, he sent us a few things, Dustin, so we're going to get into a few of them here.
Oh my god, look how oily that is.
Yeah. Brora 30. I don't know what the cask maceration is. I don't know.
We usually go into these semi-blind, so...
Yeah, whatever. Cask maturation, be darned. Brora 30, always a good day. Brora holds a place with one other distillery, that being Port Ellen, where... Man, every time I can get some of their whiskeys, I want some of their whiskeys. They're so good at that age they have. I don't know if it's because they're not produced anymore, and what's there is going to be gone, like the old Ardbeg and things of that nature. But I tell you what.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are back to producing again, both of them, I believe. But it's going to be many, many years before we see whiskeys like this.
Yeah.
We will not be remotely young men.
No. Who knows what we can taste?
Possibly not alive.
All right, Dustin. Oh, nice peaty, smoky, zesty lemon. Let's give it a second.
Oh my
It comes off so delicious.
There is a richness and decadence here, Mike, and I'm trying to... The closest thing I can think of is the first time you gave me one of those Talisker 25s, 2004.
I'm glad we're going.
And you poured that for me, and I remember nosing it, and there was a level of richness and depth, this like spicy funkiness that I'd never experienced before. And this takes it up to another level, Mike. It is oilier, it's richer, it's sweeter, it's fruitier.
It's getting fruity.
But it is, dude, the deeper you get, the fruitier this thing gets. It's crazy. But it's like there's a lot of stuff here that is familiar to me, but it's done in a way that is just... It's at a level that I can't even explain. Between intensity, depth, and my God, I mean, it smells old.
Dustin, I like where you went to Talisker. So my mind initially went to Talisker 2004 vintage of the 25-year-old cask strength.
What I was talking about.
Right. And I was like, that at the beginning, without the pepper, that kind of brings down the brine note, intensifies the peat slightly, has brighter fruits, has those brighter, like lemon, and just has a slight twinge of a dirtier funkiness.
I mean, no shocker here, Mike, but I'm also getting a lot of Klein Leash notes.
Okay, as I was going to say, too, there's almost a twinge of the best of Talisker 25 cask strength versus also combined with the best waxiness of Klein Leash. You know
the
what
finish
I mean?
on this reminds me of that special edition number 2 that we really
correct.
love. Like, the Arrival is all Talisker 25. The finish is all that Klein Leash. I mean, that said,
we're right neck and neck with that, man.
It's even giving me a little bit of the notes I got on the Compass Box 3-year Deluxe, which was 20-year Klein Leash, like 90%.
Yeah, the waxy oiliness to it.
Just that richness, but oh my God.
Man, this smells excellent.
And then the crazy thing is, Mike, when you go back in and you just kind of gently sniff it, it's just beautiful peat smoke. It is just classic.
I know,
Kalila
I guess I didn't realize
Lagavulin peat.
The smoke was this substantial.
This is heavily peated whiskey, man. Oh, man. I mean, essentially, this is heavily peated Klein Leash.
Correct.
I mean, different distillery.
Yeah, different stills, let's say.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is...
God, when you get into the fruits, I mean, like, there's Jolly Rancher notes coming through here. Like, it's that level of sweet.
I mean, there is specifically, and this is going to sound
Green
weird.
apple, Jolly Rancher.
But... like lemons and limes and maybe some oranges just hollowed out and thrown into the grass and the dirt. And it's just sitting there. But it's, you get a whiff of earthiness, in it as well. But the fruits are still extremely bright.
I'm getting, up front I get a little bit of that
That lemon's getting candied.
But then the middle to me is all green apple, and then the finish is tangerine.
I said orange tangerine. I could definitely get there. I'd miss the green apple.
It's a sour green apple Jolly Rancher, right there in the middle.
Yeah, it does, right in the middle. Right in the middle.
And all of that with this like sophisticated ancient smoke that's been like interlaid with like rich vanilla pie. Like, oh.
This isn't the dirtiest smoke. It's a chimney smoke, but almost like a white chimney smoke.
Now, this is 30-year Kalila kind of smoke. It's very similar to the 30-year Kalila on the smoke notes. Maybe even cleaner, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 25-year-old Kalila, which...
No.
Great nosing whiskey.
No, I would say it's somewhere between the 30 and the 35.
35 is way darker.
It is. That's what I say, somewhere in between it. It comes. There's a similarity to Towser 25, 2004 vintage cast strength. There's a similarity to the Kalila 30. I want to say 2016 Diageo Special Release, 2016, 17, somewhere around there, maybe 15.
This is cleaner though. Like that even that was dirtier.
It's cleaner, but also smokier. If that makes any sense.
I'm with you there again, but I think to me it's more of that the 25-year-old. Again, this is cast strength and that isn't. But if you were to add the umph.
This is a treat. I'm going in.
As we're continuing to reference whiskeys that 90% of people will never dream of having, unfortunately. I wish we could share them with everybody. Yeah, just unbelievable. Bro. Wow. Just wow. And these were probably fairly affordable. This being like the third release back that far ago. Like this probably wasn't, today's $2,500, $3,000 release. God, that just...
Sooty, ashy, coal smoke. So smoky and ashy initially. 56.6, even at 30 years. Wow. It is so mouth coating. It is so oily. It just covered everything. Then the fruits are coming up. It's fruity. It's still like a lot of lemon here on the side with a little bit of orange or tangerine. I could definitely get with that. A twinge maybe of watermelon. You say John Ranch in the middle, like maybe there's something green. You're right, but it's almost like a watermelon as compared to an apple for me. But that soot is all encompassing.
This is so much smokier than the nose let on.
It's so brought me to tears.
Anybody saying that old whiskeys lose their peat. I continue to
be, man. I mean, this 56.6.
I continue to just be baffled by people. It's not as peaty. Like, what are you talking about? This is probably in my top 20 all-time most impressive smoked peat arrivals I've ever had. I mean, this puts a Lefroy 10 to shame.
Yeah, this is next level smoke.
Huge billowing smoke. The finish, Mike, is this interlaid, complex, incredibly nuanced combination of peat and light fruits, but almost like some sort of like a steak sauce or something where they've wanted to add a little bit of sweetness and fruitiness to a steak. Oh, man. I mean, what in the world? I'm scared to put water. There's so little.
I angle it all sideways like that. You can pour it slow. If both of them are sunk kind of sideways, there you go.
Yeah.
Man, you're right. That smoke is it's such a oily, lingering smoke. It almost feels like it's going to take form in your mouth still on the sides. Woo! I tell you what, I did the same thing, man. I want to keep it super light on the water.
I tell you what, I saw the water touch the liquid, and it just a splash of oils went out.
Yeah, this is we've called things oily before. This is the high end of oil. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 9. I mean, maybe Lagavulin 21, 1985 was a bit woodier and oilier.
I mean, I saw the oil, like I saw like the way the whiskey was holding. As soon as you started pouring like out of that sample, you could just see like it came out more rounded than whiskey normally does. It's just.
And I would love to have just a Brora, a decent like state like age, like this release 3 of very swirl Brora with a Port Ellen 32 or 37. You really sit there and combine those two.
God, yeah, that'd be a review right there.
I still say to this day, my favorite whiskey review was the guy who did the 2 Lagavulin 21s and the Brora 30.
Oh, Liquor Hound, yeah, Chris.
Hound. Yeah, that was until this day. I think I posted that in the comment section of that video. I'm like, this is still my favorite review I've ever done because he had both those Lagavulin 21 whiskeys we know, the 1991 and the 1985 Lagavulin 21, and his friend let him borrow Brora 30. I think it was third, fourth. It was one of these releases, but it was a third. Yeah. And he was more impressed with that than the Lagavulins, and I can see why. If you lean more towards a more coal smoke, chimney smoke type of peat as compared to Lagavulin's bonfire peat, and you like more brighter fruits, that you would gravitate to this style of epic
God, these
Peated
legs
whiskey.
are just ridiculous. I mean, this little amount of whiskey is causing these just ridiculous sticky legs. Just don't move.
Oh, man, I tell you what, now there's almost like a golden hay note coming up with water. People call this farmy. I would say it's this. It does have a rain on earth sort of thing going on in the background, especially with water. I wouldn't call it earthy.
I can sort of maybe. I mean, this is so bright, so fruity.
It's so the fruit makes it extremely bright.
I mean, this is like to me, this is a sunny day whiskey, man. Like I feel like
I don't disagree with you. You can be a little windy.
Even with that smoke, I feel like I'm just sitting out like in a wheat field, just looking at the golden wheat coming through. I mean, this is putting me in a sunny, happy place right here, Mike.
Such a good whiskey, Dustin. Amazing how a really good whiskey can do that for you.
I mean, it just makes me. I just want to smile. Like I just
want to enjoy this whiskey. This has my full and total attention. Not that it always doesn't, but No,
there's just there's a depth here that's just not normal.
There is something sort of meaty clay.
Maybe. And I say there's a depth, but yet, at the same time, maybe there's not. It's just every part of this is just so interesting. But maybe it's not like a whiskey where I'm going in and nosy and finding layer after layer. It's just what's here is got so much going on. It's like the rainbow, and it's been swirled together.
It's like a fighter, you know what I mean? They were good middleweights, but Marvin Hagler was special, Sugar Ray Leonard was special. Like this version of whiskey, peated whiskey, is special.
I will say though, even that little drop of water I put in did seem to mute the nose a little bit. It's slightly.
Well, it is getting a little. Now I'm finally. At first, I never got anything a little earthy or farmy or, let's say, clay or mud sort of. But now I can see it.
Initially, when the water hit, Mike, I lost all smoke. Now the smoke is back in nice form, but it definitely muted it a little bit more than I was expecting.
This whiskey's probably in a good place. I would imagine our buddy Mike had this open. I doubt if he just opened it for this. This feels like it has some oxidation to it. It feels like it's hitting in a good spot.
Did he send this before or after Christmas?
After.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe he opened it for a Christmas dram.
Right. Yeah, that could be.
Not impossible.
You can tell us.
I mean, hell of a Christmas dram right here, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I think water did kind of mute a little bit of what I liked on the nose. Let's find out about the palate. I bet it's going to be epic.
Smoke is so dominant. Now it's spicy. Smoke and it's spice. Here come back the lemons. Man, the spice with water is so amplified and works so well with the smoke. Like, I don't know.
It's black pepper and dark coal just slapping you with the spice.
I was going to say hot cinnamon, black pepper. Yeah,
I'm not getting any of the
you're right.
Cinnamon.
It didn't quite go cinnamon. You're right. Okay. I'm with you with
no.
black pepper.
I mean, if you could think of a cinnamon version of black pepper, maybe.
I like your pepper better.
Oh man, but like
It's so tingly.
there's a rich coal,
Rich coal.
crushes the front of your palate and mouth.
Still hot. The coal's still hot.
Oh, my mouth is burning. And it's not alcohol; it's
Spice. Oak. I feel like that was the cask. Where I think a lot of the smoke we were smelling was more the malt and the peat and the whiskey. Because 30 years you're going to get a cask.
Oh,
Smoke
absolutely.
and everything too. So it's kind of hard to, really draw a definitive line of any kind. But that right there, that spice kick on the end, that felt like wood kick.
There's like an orange ginger zestiness up front on the arrival too.
A very prickly orange.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is reminding me a lot of that Talisker.
I hate to say that, but yeah, you're right.
It's not. So the Talisker to me is a little bit more like wet mineral notes in there. This doesn't have really any of that.
Yeah, more stone.
Which is weird because I keep expecting with these other notes.
It to follow.
I keep looking for that stone.
It's too good for that.
Thing is, that's a note I actually really like, but this is too bright, too fire forward.
Man,
I love that it's a uniquely different whiskey. Oh, beautiful whiskey, Mike. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just, Hawaiian barbecue with fruit-only kebabs.
That initial nosing, that was maybe one of the most impressive noses ever. After water was a little subsided, but that initial, first time smelling it, it was like the most incredible whiskey I've ever nosed.
All right, Dustin, whiskey score time. Technical guy had it, so you can go first.
So I'm going to give this a 90... I'm going to give it a 92, Mike. I was thinking 93, but This is an all-time whiskey kind of thing, and having more of it, I think I might tweak my score a bit. But based on this one experience, I'm giving it a 92. The nose is epic, especially up on the arrival, but I don't like that it faded a bit with water. I did enjoy that spiciness that we got on the mouthfeel with water. I will say the finish is long, but it's not exceptional. It's not all-time great. It's actually a little bit shorter than I was hoping for.
A lot of malty oil still here, right here.
I still have that, but it doesn't have, again, it's not on that epic level. So 92, 93 is kind of where I'm at. I was kind of hoping I'd be like a 94 or 5, but unbelievable whiskey. Absolutely incredible. And like I said, if I had more time to spend with it, that score could go way up.
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing that wasn't on a very high level in this whiskey. It scored, score 1 to 10 on, mouthfeel, flavors, pungency, the cleanness, without water. I mean, almost everything was at a 10. Maybe it didn't take water as much as we would have liked it. But again, I agreed with something you said. It was like Talisker, but brighter. And it was. And a little bit of water got a little prickly and a little bit spicier. But this is a high. It doesn't take long to realize, even if we were doing it blind, that this was an extremely high quality whiskey.
Oh, I mean, just as soon as I nosed it, 90 was gone. We're above, like instant.
Right, and I'm going back and forth because I don't like to give huge scores out to samples. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of why I think I went a little low. I mean, I fully think I went low on this just because it's hard to give a higher score on a sample.
Yeah, but doesn't, I mean, I was, as far as whiskey score, I was right there with you. I was like 92, 93. Do I really want to go as high as 93? I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't know if I've ever given something 95, 94. Maybe I'll get like 125 or something like that.
The HP 28, we may have given 94, 95.
Yeah, something like that. And Lagavulin, 24-year-old.
Yeah, that would definitely was up.
Yeah, so we've had something around in 94 for sure. I don't think it's, well, I don't know. You know what? I feel pretty confident saying this. This is a 93. This is extremely weird to you. This is something that, I paid $2,500 for a bottle. I tried to get that 36. What was the 36?
Yeah, it was a 36-year-old.
Oh, yeah, that one it didn't work out. I mean,
yeah.
It's hard when I can't bribe somebody. Tough times. Guess it went cheap.
We should have brought the Port Ellen, and that was out during that release.
That too, 37. That was a good one. But this is an excellent one. Excellent whiskey. So, our friend Mike, he sent us 12 whiskeys. Pretty good. This was probably the most impressive one, but we don't know yet because we got a bunch of others to try, so I can't wait to get to them.
It's an impressive name, that's for sure.
Yeah. Once again, I want to thank our good friend for sending this to Dustin and I. Dustin? Until next time, before I do that, let me say, I almost forgot, if you guys had a chance to try this Brora 30 third release, 1974, just like 2004, 2005 bottling, something like that. We'd like to know what you guys think. 3,000 total bottles, so they're not a ton.
Put it down in the comments.
Yeah, did we miss anything? It's our first time with it. Obviously, sample's going to get a ton.
Yeah.
But, because people talk Brora like these farming notes. I really didn't get that, but
every release is going to be different. And, when you're talking 30 years, I mean, God, it's just a long time.
Wondering, we might have missed a few things. Anyway, those are our thoughts on this particular whiskey. Dustin, until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy friends sending samples.
See you next time.